The Barbershop. He seemed such a nice young man. You know, soft smile, welcoming, gently wrapping the towel round my shoulders and neck, courteous to a fault. This is not a hairdresser's, this is a real barber's, my friend Rob had explained, in order to prepare me. At first sight, I was not convinced I should be there. There were too many long knives and scalpels around for my liking. Word associations flooded my mind. Barber, barbarous, barbarian. But I quickly pushed these back and concentrated on the present. I was there to get my hair cut, and it certainly needed it. "Coffee?" my new barber friend inquired. "Yes, please," I answered. Something familiar and pleasant. A lady soon arrived with a fancy silver ornament, presumably containing a cup of coffee. "The real Arabian sort," enthused my man in a whisper. By this time he was ready and got down to the job at hand. What happened in the next half hour is a bit of a blur, to be honest. It was a maelstrom of sensation. I had asked for a thinning out of the main part, with the hair to fall just on the top of my ears, keep the length at the back please, and number 2 on the beard, and a hot shave. All as at home, apart from the hot shave. But Rob had said that this was an absolute must, and that I shouldn't shave that morning, so I hadn't. My new Dordanian friend set to work. Removing my glasses with care, he took an electric razor and in no time had trimmed my beard. This is great, I thought. Then he started to pummel. He snipped, a pull of the hair here and a push of the head there, no hanging about, a comment or two in Arabic to his neighbour, and then the hair trim was over. Next, he took a wad of perhaps cotton, had to guess without my glasses, dipped it into a bowl and stuffed it right up my right nostril. The left nostril quickly followed. I opened my mouth to breathe. Surely he wouldn't be stuffing something in my mouth too. No, he attacked the ears next. With everything plugged, I was not quite feeling myself, but I closed my eyes and remembered that my brother-in-law had once survived this treatment, so I probably would too. What happened next was excruciating. The plugs were whipped out, one by one, along with 2 decades of unsuspecting hairy nose and ear growth. I am pleased to say I did not bring the house down with my screaming. Inside of me, I screamed a lot. In torture, I believe they alternate pain with pleasure. The next part was pleasurable. Gentle Ali, not his real name, but apt, I think, for a Baba anyway. Ali from Jordan spread us a vanilla-scented cream over my cheeks and those parts with stubble. Then he bent over real close with a razor and tackled every cheek hair one by one in the safety of their follicles. The neck was next. At this point, I took care not to mention that I was a Bible translator, since the TV monitors in the shop were all busy showing the faithful bowing down towards the east. Happily, the neck was soon finished. I was by now feeling remarkably clean, and it struck me that in my normal life, I must have let my grooming drift somewhat. Perhaps everyone thought I looked scruffy and I didn't realize it. Time for torture again. Ali started twisting some thread between his fingers, it seemed, and busied himself in the ear region. Whatever he was doing, the twanging sounded like a Jewish harp, but couldn't have been, of course. And the soreness, as the fuzz around the outside of my ears and forehead was removed, was sharp and delicate, as opposed to the deep pain of the nasal plug removal. Is there anything left of me, I wondered? Ali now tipped my chair forward, stood me up, and led me carefully to another seat, where I was reclined further, and my hair washed and shampooed in pleasantly warm water. Hot cloths wiped the vanilla off cheeks and neck, and I was given a warm comfort blanket for everywhere. Brought back to my first seat, reunited with my glasses, and asked to admire the result. I have to admit that I looked like a new man, and that was undoubtedly necessary, though it had felt more like the dentist's and the hairdresser's. I felt guilty, to be relieved it was over, and yet there is no doubt that there was a marked improvement. No gain without pain and all that. and Ali the barber from Jordan had seemed such a nice young man. As I got up, he held out his hand to be shaken. This was a first also for me and a barber. We parted as friends. At that point, I realized that I had probably passed my test. At no point had I screamed or let my friend Rob down. All was well. I gave myself a virtual pat on the back, and then Ali added helpfully, "Your son has just stepped out of the shop. He says he'll be back shortly." My son? Well, I suppose Rob could be my son, just about. I surveyed the white locks on the floor, surrounding my tormentor's chair, and reluctantly forgave him his understandable mistake.